All right, so I'm Brent Black, Extension Fruit Specialist, and I'm standing in a peach orchard here that we've got as part of the NC140 project. So NC140 is a national coordinated trial to look at different tree fruit rootstocks. And Utah, USU is a cooperating institution as part of this NC140 program. So they do nationally coordinated rootstock trials. We get a set of trees. They're managed similarly in Utah as they are in other locations around the country. We participate in the NC140 trials for peach, for apple, for tart cherry, sometimes for sweet cherry. They also do trials with pears, and we haven't participated in those typically because we don't grow a lot of pears in Utah. But this is our peach planting. So each 4 trees is a different rootstock. The tree on the end is actually a level guard tree, and then we move into the different rootstocks. In the past, when we've done NC140 trials, a lot of the growers, particularly in warmer, or a lot of the researchers, particularly in warmer parts of the country, are interested in more dwarfing rootstocks. We typically don't want too dwarfing because in our cold, high elevation conditions, we don't get enough growth to keep the peaches productive. But there's been some new rootstocks that have come out, particularly that are used in California, South Carolina, Georgia, where they have way too much vigor in some of their orchards, and so they're going for more dwarfing rootstocks. So in this particular trial, we decided to go with some of those kind of moderate to smaller rootstocks, but go to a different system. So this particular system in this trial that we're running is a perpendicular V. So the trees are closer together, and we just have 2 scaffold branches, one on each side of the row, so they're perpendicular to the row. So you can see there's just one scaffold on each side. Typically in the past we've done a quad V where we'll have 2 scaffolds ideally on each side of the row. So you can see we've managed these to have this more open center. We'll do some summer pruning in here in the next couple of weeks to take out some of these new shoots in the middle, but you can see we're trying to maintain this this perpendicular V so that we have fewer scaffolds, grow the trees a little closer together, and take advantage of the precocity of some of these dwarfing rootstocks. So you can see here again, some of these rootstocks are still too dwarfing. Okay, you can see how small these trees are relative to the next one in the row. These 4 trees are this MP29, and again, this might be a really nice rootstock for a perpendicular system in California or in South Carolina, but it just doesn't have nearly enough vigor for our conditions in Utah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this next one is Controller 8. The Controller series of rootstocks were selected in California. We have several of the Controller series. As you can see, these are more vigorous than the last one that I showed, but the next one down the row, if you can just scroll out to here, now we get into level, and you can see level is our industry standard. You can see how much more vigorous this is than the Controller 8. We also have a Controller 7, Controller 5. They tend to be a little bit more dwarfing, certainly more dwarfing than level is at this location. I should point out, however, though, here at the Kaysville site, we don't have a real alkaline soil. It tends to be fairly neutral. So our level trees tend to be more vigorous here than they are in Utah County because of the more neutral soil. So they tend to be one of the bigger rootstocks here. When we do the trials like we have at South Shore and other locations in Utah County, level tends to runt out because it's not as tolerant of the alkaline soil there. So this is just a comparison, Controller 8 to level there side by side. You can see the slight dwarfing effect of the Controller 8. So this next one is Controller 7. So this is another of the California series. You can see that's a little bit smaller than the Controller 8 and certainly smaller than the level. Maybe a good size, at least for our location, it may be a good size for this perpendicular V system.